Yo, Elliot. Got a question from Crazy Kyle 747. He wants to know, yo, Elliot, I've been training for many, many years, but I've never paid much attention to stretching. Here's me talking about stretching all the time. He wants to know, is it important to stretch before or after his workout? So the answer I'm going to give you will be very different from what you'll get from the majority of personal trainers, bodybuilders, strength and conditioning coaches, almost everybody. I advise you, and I have my clients, and I personally stretch before I train. Now the thing is that the type of stretching that I'm doing is strategic stretching. It's called corrective stretching. As I've described earlier in many videos, that our posture is thrown off by having certain muscles that are tonic and other muscles that are phasic. The tonic muscles are muscles that are hyperactive. They just become tight. And that tightness is due to the nervous system being very hyperactive within that tissue. The nervous system is driving lots of energy to that tissue. Those phasic muscles are the ones where the nervous system has kind of what you would call motor sensory amnesia, basically has forgotten about, right? So a really good example of that is what many people suffer from in their shoulders, right? The muscles that become tonic are the pec minor, the bicep, the sternocleidomastoid, and it lends itself to this rounding forward of the shoulders, the rounding up of back, extending of the head. Also within the hips, I've talked about Donald Duck postures. Well, Donald Duck postures are where your butt sticks out and your low back hurts. It's because there's a muscular imbalance or a muscle virus where the hip flexor is hypertonic and the glutes, the upper hamstrings are phasic, right? So that means, now with that being said, it should be common sense that you want to deaden the nervous system's response to the muscles that are hypertonic before you go and perform, before you go and lift weights and sprint and things of that nature, right? So what's happening is when you stretch correctively, like I'm teaching you right now, is you're bringing your body back into alignment for a short period of time so that you could take advantage of having a balanced body, right? As opposed to what most strength and conditioning coaches tell you to do. They say, go and do dynamic warm-up. Go and do the movements that you'll do during your workout as a warm-up instead of stretching, dynamic stretches. Well, that makes as much sense to me as having a car that has a wheel misalignment, right? And going out and saying, okay, now we need to get this car ready to perform in the Grand Prix. Why don't you go and wheel it around some cones and stuff? Like, why don't you go and do some tricks with the car to warm it up so that it will perform really well in the Grand Prix, even though it has a misalignment of the wheel, right? Makes no fucking sense. What you're gonna do is you're gonna rebalance the wheel misalignment and then go and perform. That's what you wanna do with your body. You wanna rebalance it and then go perform. To me, this is like, I don't think it takes brain science. You don't really need to be a rocket scientist. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to figure this shit out. It's as simple as the analogy I just gave you. So anyway, most people want resources, right? Otherwise, it's like, you know, Elliot Hulse is no expert. He's just a bro scientist who likes to hear himself talk on YouTube. So I'm gonna offer you two resources. The Yanda approach, J-A-N-D-A. If you look up Vladimir Yanda, the Yanda approach, you could get this book or not, because there are many articles online where you could search Vladimir Yanda. And he's going to describe scientifically with studies and all types of references and special characters that most people make the ego feel good. Then go and study Yanda. He's done all the work for you. Also an excellent book, and I'm talking mainly to exercise professionals, is Muscle Testing and Function by Florence Kendall. And this is another one of those books. What the fuck? Don't call me when I'm making videos, folks. That will expose muscle viruses and then show you how to correct them. Again, this is like for fitness professionals. If you're interested in correcting muscle viruses for yourself, my Advanced Neuromuscular Strength course, where there's always a link down below, is available to you. So that's it, dude. My advice, find out what muscles need to be stretched and stretch them before you go and perform or weight train or whatever it is that you do. And then at the end of your workout, you could do a full body kind of cool down stretch. This is the way I do it, and this is the way I teach it. Talk to you next time. Yo, Elliot.